What's up, YouTube? There's Sports here. This is a sports channel, so let's talk some sports. There's a lot going on in the sports world right now. It's just a great time to be a sports fan. Okay? We just had a full weekend. In fact, our first full weekend of football games was this upcoming 2023 season. Major League Baseball is just a matter of weeks away from the pennant races heating up. It's just a great time to be a sports fan. And my number one sport, boxing, is still going strong. We've had a very strong 2023. The month of July was just amazing. And we just had another great weekend of boxing. Okay? Now let's talk about what happened this past weekend in boxing. We had 3 cards going on, okay? I want to start with the card from London, okay? Start with the undercard. Well, the main card. We had Campbell Hatton, son of Ricky the Hitman Hatton, going up against Tom Ansel. Okay, this was a 8-round bout in the junior lightweight division. Okay. Hatton won a unanimous decision. Referee Sean McAvoy scored it 78-74 in his favor. Now, Hatton started out slow. Hatton started out strong, but he gasped as he got into the late rounds. And that's when Ansel started landing some hard shots on him. Okay. But Hatton withstood Ansel's late charge and ended up winning the bout. Now, Hatton's main weapon was an uppercut. Okay. But as the fight went on, he became predictable with it. Okay. And Ansel kind of took advantage of that. Now, if Hatton won 6 rounds to 2, but it wasn't no overwhelming dominant fight. And if Ansel would have been a little bit more accurate, he would have had a good chance of winning that fight. Because the openings were there for him to score on Hatton. But he just kept loading up throughout the fight, and he kept missing. Okay. So Campbell Hatton gets the win. He takes his record to 13 wins with no losses and 5 knockouts. Ansel Hatton drops to 10-5 with 2 knockouts. Now, Campbell Hatton competes in the 140-pound division, and I really don't see him making much noise there with the people in that division with him. You know, like you got Regis, you got Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor is still there, and then the young killers. You know, you got Subriel Matias, you got Teofimo, Devin Haney just came up there. So I don't see Hatton doing too much in that division. And then if it goes up to 147, his future doesn't look too much brighter there. So it's hard to imagine him with any other major belts down there where he's fighting at. Okay, but anyway, he came up with a win, kept his record undefeated Saturday. Then in the next fight was in the heavyweight division. Johnny Fisher against Harry Armstrong. Okay. Fisher ended up getting a 7th round stoppage. Okay. He landed a right hand to the jaw in the 7th round that stunned Armstrong badly. Okay. And then after he hurt him with the right hand, he began unloading punches on him. And then that's when the referee stepped in and stopped it. Well, the referee didn't stop it. Armstrong's corner threw in the towel. Okay. So now Fisher is the BBFC Southern Area Heavyweight Champion, whatever that is. But Fisher also dropped Armstrong in the first round, just 15 seconds into the fight. Okay. It was a pretty good performance by Fisher, but he showed gas tank issues, you know. And he's one-dimensional. All he kept throwing was a looping right hand, you know. And he sometimes landed on the back of Armstrong's head. Okay. I don't see Fisher going too far because he has lots of issues and his gas tank is atrocious. It's hard to see him becoming a top-level heavyweight. But anyway, Fisher takes his record to 10-0 with 9 knockouts. Harry Armstrong drops to 5-4. Okay. With 1 draw, no knockouts. And the next fight was also in the heavyweight division. It was Filip Hrgović against Dempsey McKeon. Okay. Hrgović stopped McKeon in the 12th round to retain his IBF mandatory position. Hrgović was also a 2016 Olympian. He won the bronze medal. Okay. Now he staggered McKeon with a right hand to the head in the 12th round. Then he threw a barrage of punches to McKeon's head. And the referee stepped in and stopped it. Okay. Now McKeon, both fighters were hurt in the fight. McKeon hurt Hrgović in the 11th round with a body shot. And in the 9th round, Hrgović hurt McKeon with another right hand, okay, to the head. Hrgović was throwing a lot of rapid punches in the fight, but the referee never said anything about it. And McKeon's corner never said anything about it, so he just continued to do it, you know. Both fighters seemed gassed after like about the 5th round. And Hrgović was in there looking for one big punch the entire fight. Okay. So he retains his interim IBF position, but I don't see him being any kind of threat to Usyk IBF title. Okay. And the next fight was also in the heavyweight division. Okay. It was between 2 aging heavyweights, Derek Chisora and Gerald Washington. These 2 aging heavyweights have a combined age of 80. Wow. And they showed it. Okay. Chisora took a unanimous decision. But Chisora got cut over the right eye after a clash of heads in round 2. Okay. Now Washington was reluctant to engage, and Chisora chased him around the ring most of the fight. Okay. And Washington's moving around made it hard for Chisora to land, but he did enough to win a close decision. Okay. The referees had it. One referee had it 97-94 for Chisora. The other one had it 98-93, and the third had it 96-94, all for Chisora. And Washington looked terrible in the fight, and Chisora didn't look much better. Like I said, they looked like two aging heavyweights. Chisora is 39, and Washington 41. Okay, now in the main event, Anthony Joshua against Robert Helenius. Now, Helenius took this fight on 1 week's notice, and get this, after fighting last week. But I believe he got a third round knockout last week, so, and they sanctioned it, so I guess it is what it is. Joshua got a spectacular one-punch knockout in the 7th round. That was his first knockout in 2.5 years. Okay. And Joshua fought cautiously most of the fight. And he got some jeers and some boos from the fans, okay? Because he didn't look like he was he just fought too cautious, you know? And both fighters had their jabs working for them. And Joshua was in control most of the fight. But he did end up with some bloody nose and slight swelling around his left eye. Okay. Now this fight was fought at a slow pace, and it wasn't very exciting. Okay. And it ended when Joshua got Helenius up against the ropes. Then he threw a jab to the body, and that was followed by the spectacular one-punch knockout on Helenius. Now Joshua improves his record to 26 wins with 3 losses, 23 knockouts. Helenius falls to 32 wins, 4 losses with 21 knockouts. Okay. Then the next card was from Oxford Hill, Maryland. Okay. And the main card had 3 fights. First one was Gabriel Maestre against Trayvon Marshall. And it ended in shocking fashion. Maestre scored a 2nd round knockout of Marshall. And Maestre came to this fight as a heavy underdog. I think he had like -7 chance of winning at fight time. Okay. And this is in a 147-pound division, and it was scheduled for 10 rounds. Now, Maestre dropped Marshall twice in the 2nd round, okay? He dropped him with a right, and when Marshall got up, Maestre was all over him. And then he dropped him again, and the referee ended the fight after the 2nd time Marshall went down. I hear a lot of people say that after the first knockdown, Marshall should have got on his bicycle and moved to try to keep away from Maestre. But I think his legs was gone after that first knockdown. He was really hurt. What I thought he should have done, he should have clinched. But when he got up, he tried to fight his way out of it. And Maestre just caught him again, you know. I thought he probably should have clinched until he got himself together, but he was badly hurt, and he probably wasn't going to recover. He just got caught. And these things happen. It's boxing. Maestre is from Venezuela, and he was he's a 2-time Olympian. Okay. Then in the next fight, Gary Antoine Marshall went up against Kent Cruz. And Gary Antoine Marshall kept his 100% knockout rate intact with a first round knockout of Cruz. Okay, this was Antoine's 8th first round knockout. Okay, now Cruz was complaining about clash of heads, okay, to the referee. And Antoine caught him with a caught him flush with 3 punches. The last one was the left uppercut that dropped him, okay. And when Cruz got back up, Russell caught him with a vicious left to the body that dropped him again, and he didn't make the count. Okay. Now, this wasn't like Antoine's last 2 fights when he stopped Victor Postol and Francis Bartholomew. Both of them complained that the stoppage was too fast. But Cruz don't have that luxury. He got stopped legitimately. But anyway, Antoine improves his record to 17-0 with 17 knockouts. And Cruz suffered his first loss. So he's 16-1 now, 3 draws and 10 knockouts. Okay. And then in the main event on that card, we had Emmanuel Rodriguez going up against Melvin Lopez. And this was for the vacant, I think it was IBF strap. Yeah, I know in the bantamweight division, it was one of the belts that Inoue dropped when he went up to fight Fulton, because Santiago beat Nonito for the WBC last week that Inoue had dropped. So Rodriguez picks up the IBF this week. Okay, and it was a unanimous decision. The judges had him throwing a shutout. And then this makes Rodriguez a 2-time champ. He gets the IBF, but he had the IBF before, but he lost it to Inoue. So now he gets it back when Inoue drops it. Okay. Now Rodriguez had some swelling over his right eye after crashing heads in the second round. Okay. And it ballooned badly as the fight went on. But it didn't seem to cause him any kind of trouble. And like I said, he threw a shutout. It was a dominant performance. And all 3 judges had it. 120 to 105. Okay. And Rodriguez really controlled the fight from the beginning to the end, working behind a stiff jab and very good punch placement. Okay. And he had Lopez hurt numerous times throughout the fight. And Lopez had came into this fight on an 8-fight winning streak. So that ended. And Rodriguez out of Puerto Rico improves his record to 22 wins, 2 losses, and 13 knockouts. Melvin Lopez from Nicaragua, and he drops 29 wins, 2 losses, and 19 knockouts. Okay. And the last and final card was from Arizona, and that was Oscar Valdez and Emmanuel Navarrete against Oscar Valdez. Okay. And this fight turned out to be the fan-friendly slugfest that most people thought it would be. It was a very good fight. Navarrete took a unanimous 12-round decision to retain his WBO title in the junior lightweight division. Okay. Now, early in the fight, Navarrete was all over Valdez with his volume punching, and Oscar spent too much time early looking for a fight-changing left hook. Okay. They're swinging for the fences. As the fight went on, Oscar started to find his range, and the left hook started landing regular, but it didn't seem to bother Navarrete at all. Matter of fact, both fighters displayed good chins. Okay. Now, Oscar's right eye began to swell early in the fight, and by the late rounds, it was completely closed. But he was proved to be a warrior, man, and fought through it. You know. And like I said, this fight ended up being the all-out slugfest that it was expected to be. And the difference was, Navarrete was a little more defensive responsible than Oscar, which I thought he would be. And actually, Navarrete was more defensive responsible than he usually is. Okay? And he won by unanimous decision. One judge had it 116, 112. One judge had it 118, 110. One had it 119, 109. Now, I thought the 118, 110, 119, 109 was a little wide. I had it 116, 112. But, that sounds more like it. But anyway, Navarrete retains his WBO strap in the junior lightweight division. Oscar falls short at his bid to become champion again. Okay. Now, what do we have coming up? In boxing, okay? The next week, on August 19th, next Saturday, from Birmingham, England, we have Galai Yafai versus Tommy Frank, and that's 10 rounds in the flyweight division, which is 112 pounds, okay? And there's a lot of this is a lot of the zone. I mean, yeah, this is on the zone. There's a lot of prospects on the card. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Okay, then the next week, August 26th, from Wrocław, Poland, we have Alexander Usyk defending his title against Daniel Dubois. That's Usyk's unified IBF, WBA, and WBO belts in the heavyweight class. And of course, the holder of the WBC in the heavyweight division wants to fight eminent MMA fighters instead of going for undisputed. Okay. I'm not going to mention his name, Tyson Fury, but that's kind of weak. But I think the UK fighters are afraid of Usyk. They see what he did to Anthony Joshua. So they stay away from Usyk. But anyway, Usyk will be in action again next week, defending his belts. Okay. Also on August 26th from Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have Jared Anderson, Big Baby, back in action. He'll be going against Andre Rudenko. That's 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Also on the card, Ephraim Jagba. He's going over against Zon Kosabutsky. 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Bruce Carrington on the card versus Angel Antonio. 8 rounds in the lightweight division. Nicole Aliwash, the Sideshow, also on the card versus Sona Akali. 6 rounds in the middleweight division. And Aliwash is going to have to step up eventually and fight somebody and get beat, and then we'll be done with this clown show, because that's all it is. If he wasn't Muhammad Ali's grandson, he wouldn't even be a boxer. And I heard that, I don't know how true it is, that he's not really Ali's grandson. I heard he's his mother's husband's son. But I don't know. But anyway, I'll be glad when he steps up, gets the fights under his belt, and he steps up against some real competition and gets beaten, we can be rid of. Because he's just a sideshow, a gimmick. That's all. Use Muhammad Ali's name to sell tickets. That's all it is, man. Then Abdullah Mason also on the card. He's fighting Cesar Villarraga, and that's 6 rounds in the lightweight division. Okay. Abdullah Mason. Okay. Abdullah still fighting 6 rounds? Wow. And then there's some other young top-ranked fighters on the card. You know, when you see a top-ranked card, you're going to see a lot of good young prospects because they have a whole bunch of them. And that's what I like about top-ranked cards. Okay. But I'm not going to go through all the names. Then, also on August 26th, from Puerto Rico, this is the title fight. Oscar Lazo versus Garen Dragon. And this is 12 rounds for Collazo's WBO belt in the strawweight division. Okay. And don't quote me, but I think strawweight is 105 pounds. Let me check real quick. I don't want to give out no false information. But strawweight is down there. I know 105 might be minimum weight. I'm going to check real fast. Give me 1 second. I meant to do this before. It has slipped my mind. But strawweight is what? Oh Lord, I don't want to know about no UFC. I want to know how much strawweight is in boxing. Because I think minimum weight is 105 pounds. But it's down there. I'm going to let you know in 1 minute. I was right. 105 pounds is strawweight. Okay. But I know one thing. No grown man should be weighing 105 pounds. Okay. I think my 7-year-old granddaughter weighs 105 pounds. Okay. So, wow. Yeah. I was right in the first place. 105 pounds. That's crazy. Whew. Yeah. Matter of fact, my 7-year-old granddaughter probably weighs more than 105 pounds. Probably taller than those guys too, I guess. But anyway, that's on when was that? That's on August the 26th from Puerto Rico. Then on September 2nd from Manchester, England, we have the big rematch. Liam Smith versus Chris Eubanks Jr. Remember that one? Liam Smith stopped Chris Eubanks earlier this year. And then there was a little talk about Liam Smith had caught Chris Eubanks with her elbow, so we're going to have the rematch. And this will be interesting. Will Chris Eubanks get his get back? Or will Liam Smith get him again? This will be 12 rounds in the middleweight division. And this must be a title eliminator or something. You know, if it's not a title fight, you see 12 rounds. It's usually a title eliminator or going for an interim title or regular title or something like that, but they didn't say that. So it's probably some kind of title eliminated in the middleweight division. But anyway, the big rematch, Liam Smith against Chris Eubanks Jr. I tell you, man, boxing is just on fire this year. Don't miss that one. I know I'm not. That's going to be fireworks. Liam Smith stopped him early last time, too. Can't exactly remember. I know it was inside the 5th round. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay, but after that, on September 15th, we have from Corpus Christi, Texas. And this is a title fight. Okay, Luis Alberto Lopez is defending his IBF featherweight strap against Joet Gonzalez. 12 rounds in the 126-pound weight class. Okay. Luis Alberto Lopez against Joet Gonzalez for Lopez's IBF featherweight strap. Okay. September 26th. That's September 15th, and that's on a Friday. Then the following day, on a Saturday, we have from Commerce, California, William Zepeda against Marito Gesta. That's 12 rounds in the lightweight division. Probably a title eliminator. Okay. Also on the card, Victor Morales against Edwin Palomares. That's 10 rounds in the flyweight division. Okay. Then September 23rd from London. This is a title fight. Zhilei Zhang going up against the hard-hitting Joe Joyce. Okay. Heavyweights. And this is for WBO, for Zhang's WBO interim strap. Okay. The winner of that should be in line for a shot at Usyk's WBO strap. Okay. Anthony Yard on the card. Last time I looked at this, he didn't have an opponent, but now it's Ricky Summers. And that's 10 rounds in the light heavyweight division. I think this is Yard's first fight since the loss to Beterbiev. I'm not sure, but I believe it is. Okay. Then the big one, September 30th, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. Not Jamal, Jermell. Okay? And Canelo's defending his 168 undisputed title against Jermell, coming up from 154. The WBO has already said they're stripping Jermell. And the rest of them probably will fall right in line behind him. But my question is, Jermell is getting stripped for moving up and not defending his belts in his weight class. Why is the IBF not stripping Canelo for not fighting the guys in his weight class and fighting a guy that's coming up from a different weight class, that's never fought in that division? I don't understand it. Boxing is corrupt and full of shit and doesn't even try to hide it, man. Wow. What if Jermell had a different complexion? Would he be getting stripped? Or if Canelo had a different complexion, would he not be getting stripped? And then some people will say I'm race baiting, but no, I'm spitting facts. I'm looking at reality. Okay. The black fighter gets stripped for not defending his titles in his weight class. The white fighter doesn't get stripped. He's not defending his titles in his weight class. He's fighting a guy that's never fought in the weight class before, right? So I just don't get it. Why is one getting stripped and the other not? The IBF is stripping Jamel and giving that belt to Tim Tszyu. They should be stripping Canelo and giving that to whoever's number one in the IBF at 168. I don't know if it's Benavidez or Morrell. I know they're both number one contenders, but I don't know which sanctioning body they're with. But it's just ridiculous, man. But boxing gets away with it because we're hardcores and we continue to watch, we continue to spend our money, even as they do this nonsense. So, hey, we can keep expecting stuff like this from them. I guess you just say that old phrase, it is what it is. Okay. Also September 30th, from Cardiff, Wales, we have, this is the title fight, Joe Cordina defending his junior lightweight. What does Cordina have? WBO. I don't know what strap he has, but his opponent is to be announced. Okay. And those English fighters will always, those fighters from that part of the world hate to come out of that part of the world and fight because they can cheat, take the PEDs over there, stack, whatever they want to do. Okay, they'll get away with it over there. When they come out of the UK, they get exposed. They have to take their drug test. They don't get the favorite treatment from the judges. So, again, it is what it is. Okay. Then on October the 7th, they've got part of the fall schedule out, but it's this weekend's. It's not filled in yet, but they will be. Okay. But this is what they've got so far. October 7th from Manchester, England. Leigh Woods defending his WBA strap against Josh Warrington. That's in the featherweight division. Okay. And that's in the featherweight division. And again, two fighters from that part of the world. Both of them probably going to be hopped up on PEDs, juice to the gills. And then Josh Warrington, man, he is just the dirtiest fighter that's out there now, man. He uses his elbows, his head, he uses everything. Anything he can get away with, he uses it. He always get those refs over there in England that let him do it. So, look out, Leigh Wood. Okay. Also on that card, we have a women's fight. Also a title fight. Terry Harper going up against Cecilia Braekhus. That should be a pretty good scrap. Okay. Mr. Harper's WBA junior middleweight strap, and is also for the vacant WBO strap in that division. So the winner of that will be unified. The WBA and WBO straps in the women's junior middleweight division. Okay. Then 2 weeks later, October 21st. Like I said, October 14th, not filled in. This is the fall schedule. Some fights won't be filled in, but by the time those dates roll around, they'll be filled in. Okay? Because we have a lot of big names out here that haven't signed, aren't scheduled to fight yet, that will be back in the ring this fall, filling those slots in. So we jump from October 7th to October 21st. We have, from Liverpool, England, Jack Catterall is back in the ring. He's going up against Jorge Linares. I tell you, man, boxing is getting it this year. That's a good fight between two good fighters. Okay. Jorge's getting up there a little, but I think he'll get Jack Catterall a pretty good scrap. That's 12 rounds in the junior welterweight division, 140. And that's probably for some kind of, that's probably a title eliminator. Just didn't put it on here. But as we get closer to the fight, we'll find out. Then October 28th, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, I don't even know why I'm mentioning this. Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. And this is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world fighting an MMA fighter. Okay. Usyk wanted to go for undisputed. Fury wanted no part of Usyk. Why? They're scared of Usyk. Well, when somebody in the UK get out of line and talking trash, just bring up Usyk's name. That'll shut them right up. Okay. Fury did see what Usyk did to his countryman Anthony Joshua. He wants no part of it. And I don't blame him. But anyway, Tyson Fury, their big hero, is fighting Francis Ngannou, an MMA fighter. What's up with that? Why isn't the WBC stripping him? Oh, that's right. He has the right complexion. Jermell Charlo. He's not defending in his division, but at least he's fighting in boxing. Tyson Fury's going to an entirely different sport and found somebody. How come he isn't getting stripped? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Complexion. Okay. Then October 28th, also October 28th, this fight has been signed, it's official, from Las Vegas, Nevada. Regis Prograis will be defending his WBC junior welterweight strap against Devin the Duck Haney. That's right, you heard it. Regis Prograis against Devin Haney at 140 for Regis's 140-pound strap. I hope he knocks Devin's head off. Okay. Then he comes slinking back down here and let Tank knock his head off. Okay. That's Regis against Devin the Duck Haney. October 28th, I believe. October 28th. Okay. Then we jump to November 25th in Dublin, Ireland. Dublin, Ireland. It's a rematch. Chantel Cameron against Katie Taylor. Chantel's undisputed junior welterweight titles. Okay, in women's boxing. And Chantel will have to have a dominant, clear-cut performance. Again, get the decision over Katie. Because it's hard to knock out that big, thick-necked woman in 2 minutes. Okay. If women had 3-minute rounds, Katie Taylor would have been knocked out so many times, it was crazy, man. I know of 2 right off the bat. She would have got knocked out by Amanda Serrano, and she would have got knocked out by Chantel Cameron. Okay. But that's the rematch. Katie Taylor against Chantel Cameron. Oh, excuse me. What is that? November 25th. Okay. And that's from Dublin, Ireland. And then Arthur Beterbiev against Callum Smith was canceled. I think it was supposed to be this weekend, matter of fact. It was canceled. And nobody want to see that anyway. We want to see Better Beaver against Bivol, but it got canceled because Better Beaver had some dental work and developed an infection from it, so he couldn't fight. That fight has been rescheduled for January 13th, the light heavyweight division, with Better Beaver's 3 belts on the line. Then I'm gonna do that fight. So he went to fight Bivol. Okay. And that's all I have for the fall schedule. Now, we have a whole lot of names that's out there that's potentially going to be in the ring before the end of the year. And the end of the year can be just as strong as the rest of this year has been, and it can go out just as strong as it came in. We have the face of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis likely to be back in the ring before the year is over with. Teofimo Lopez. We have Gabriel Matias. They were talking about him and Lipinets, but nothing's been made official yet. Lipinets be back in the ring before the year is over. Ryan Garcia, Rolly. A lot of big names out there. Boots. How can I forget him? Vila, Stanionis. So this year, the end of this year, should be loaded, just like the rest of the year. And we should go out on a high note, so we can begin 2024 just like we started 2023. Boxing is on fire, and I can't wait for the rest of this fall schedule, man, because this can't be anything but fire, man. The face of boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis, Boots, Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, Rolly, all of these guys, man. They said Crawford and Spence rematch was going to be in December, but from what I'm hearing, if it happens, it won't be before 2024, which I'm glad, because Earl didn't need to be back in the ring in December. He needs time. I'm glad he's taking it. I'm glad, pray for Virgil Ortiz that he can get back in there and resume his career. But take your time, son, because it's just boxing, okay? Life is much more important, okay? So take care of your health. Things work out, you'll be back in there, okay? The boxing is in a good place. Sports is in a good place. And like I said at the top, it's just a great time to be a sports fan. There's so much going on in the sports world right now. Okay? And so that's all I have for now. It's not too much trouble. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my little channel. And hey, thanks for watching.